Do I look fat?
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Do I Look Fat podcast. It's your girl, Stephy Kiss. This week's guest is an amazing performer, content creator, and my favorite VA beauty, Miss Imani Blair. Hey boo, how are you?
Hey, Steffi, I'm doing amazing. I am honored to be on your podcast. Thank you for having me.
Listen, I appreciate you so much. If anybody knows, I literally put on my story this week, I need a guest for this week. I have been so busy planning like this live show and everything going with it, and just it's been a lot on my mind, and I'm like, holy shit. So I did a solo episode last week. I don't want to do another solo episode. I need to have someone on the pod with me. And you answered my call right away, which is why I fuck with you. Okay.
Of course. Well, I know what that's like. And I'm lucky enough that my boyfriend is one of my co-hosts because he doesn't have a choice. So for me, I'm lucky enough to just grab him and say, listen, come record. I don't have anybody, you know? But I do think like being in New York is already isolating, you know? And like, I'm sure it's hard to like get good guests that's gonna give you quality people with personality that you would want too, because that's the thing. Like people can want to come on all day, but you don't want to have a sucky episode.
Someone who's not gonna talk, not really respond, not give you the energy, right? Because that's the thing. You have to have the energy whenever you come on this mic for sure. So anyone who doesn't know, this is Imani's second time on the podcast. She was last here about 6 months ago already, back in October. Crazy. Episode 27. Okay, that is insane how time flies. I think it was just about like the weather was about to break to be cold, and now it's breaking to be warm again. Like,
well, praise God for that.
And we're still here rocking, girl, rocking and working. And talking about work, okay, you have started so many new things. New content platforms. You put me onto what's it called? Live It.
Oh yeah, Live It. LIVIT. Yeah. Live It. Yep. Live streaming.
Yes, you be live streaming. You have new content up on OnlyFans, which is funny because we discussed that on our last episode.
Hilarious. I was gonna bring that up. The whole OnlyFans is new. It's only been like a month. I started at the end of March. Yeah. So it's all of it is new. So, girl, it's a lot. OnlyFans is a full-time job, and anybody who tells you different is a liar.
They're lying.
It's work, and you didn't tell me that part. Everybody forgot to tell me that part.
I stopped promoting that shit. I was just like, you know what? What can I do to get money? And so I posted a couple of pictures on OnlyFans. Nothing crazy. You know, nothing that I wouldn't mind coming out in the public, because that's also what you have to keep in mind.
100%. Yeah, right? 100%. But people's don't minds are different, right?
Right. Of course. I had this conversation recently with somebody, okay? Because we had this conversation back in October, and I was talking about starting it. So this is already 6 months ago. I left that, like, I've just focused on other things. Like, it hasn't become my focus. Not to say it won't, because a bitch, you know, we was just talking about needing money.
It's good money. It's good money, and it's cool, but it's hard. Work. And they want so much from you. Like, nothing is ever enough. I'm like, can y'all give me a break? Please give me a break. One guy's like, can you just say my name, sensual, for 30 seconds and then change into a pink dress for... It's like, dude, I'm going to need a rack right now because you're doing too much.
Are you buying the pink dress? Are you buying me tea? Because now my throat hurts from talking. Because imagine how many times I have to say somebody's name. I'm tired. And then what they don't tell you is that you have to stay up to par 24/7, because you'll get a random message at whatever time of the day, and I'll be looking like this, and you want me to be sexy on camera. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's a lot. No, I feel you. It's an experience. Like, I'm happy I did it. It was a great decision. I don't know if it's going to be something long term, because it's like mentally a lot too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Putting yourself
saying?
out there. And I also feel, I don't know if you feel this way, but I also felt like I was constantly being judged. So like that just gets like, that stays on you all the time. You probably don't care.
I think because of my career choice, I've been judged from the beginning. So I've cut off that sense of judgment and caring what people think about me. And like people say that, but people still be caring. Like I really genuinely don't. Good or bad. Like the good doesn't affect me and the bad doesn't affect me. I've had to numb myself because if not, like it can like get really overwhelming. People's feedback. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with OnlyFans, I'm like, I mean, I don't care because y'all judge me anyways.
That's a fact. That, first of all, and I had this exact conversation with somebody else the other day, and it was like, oh, you know, you have to be careful about the way people perceive you, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, but if you ask 10 different people how they perceive me, all of the answers are going to be different. So who am I trying to appease other than myself?
And that's all you can do, Steph. Like I've had to come to that conclusion. I have to make, as long as I'm happy and comfortable and the people I care about are happy and comfortable, everything else has to go in the trash, because if I care about that person, then I'm going to have to care about that person. It's too much.
And they'll have conflicting thoughts. So it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
I think to be a successful podcaster, you can't care about what people think about you. If you do, you will not be good at this shit, you know?
Yeah, because you're always going to be second guessing what you're talking about. And
you're not going to be that authentic.
At all. And that's what people tune into. Right. And it's funny how you bring that up, because this was, you know, I always have like a loose agenda or whatever. But since we just talked about this yesterday, when I say my agenda is loose, my agenda is loose. OK,
loose as a goose. Don't get me started.
But I fuck with it because you know how to have conversations with people. So I was not even concerned. OK, but I was thinking about today, you know, with the whole passing of DMX. And yes, I spoke about this on my last episode. And just how it affected me. But a lot of people fucked with him because he was so authentic. He literally said, this is who I am, and you're going to accept it, whether it be a God-fearing man, whether it be a thug that's going to rob you or whatever, or shoot you or whatever the fuck. He was always himself and always genuinely him. And I see on Twitter all the time, like, people who have actually met him in person and all the great stories that they've had about him. And I wanted to know, since you're not from New York, but you're also a rapper and you're younger than me, what was your experience with DMX? Because I have a feeling it's a little bit different.
It is. And first off, rest in peace, DMX. A brilliant artist, a superstar, a fucking legend. So rest in peace to him and his family. You know, I can't imagine what they're going through right now. Right. I hate it. But to be honest, yeah, I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I'm South. So I was just singing Boosie. That's who we grew up on, you know? My biggest experiences with DMX was probably Like Mike, when they were rapping in the car.
Like Mike. Wow.
Like Mike. Yeah.
I didn't even know like DMX was like, or his music was in that movie. Like,
they were rapping in the car. They were rapping in the car, but it was DMX. I can't remember what song it was. But I remember that was the first "Y'all Gonna Make Me Lose My Mind." Yeah. Okay. That's probably his biggest song, I would imagine.
Yeah, like the most popular. Yeah.
So probably. for me, I was such a little kid, you know, and that movie was even past his prime. So I was a little kid. I just know his hits, and I know, like, I'm glad we got that verses with him and Snoop Dogg, because that was great. Like, that really put a lot of us on, you know.
Yeah.
He's one of those people that is going to be even more important after posthumous. Like, his music, his message is going to live on forever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's an icon.
For sure. It felt so personal to me, and I feel so old saying this, but it's not even that. No, he's not even old. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just died so young.
50,
but
yeah.
I'm just like, shit. Like, I remember... when his first album came out, I was like in 7th grade, 8th grade. And like, this was like one of the first albums that like my mom let me buy, that it was like, she was like, oh my God, this is weird. But the only reason she let me play it was because I played her one of the tracks that it was him praying. She was like, okay, so I guess it's not that bad. And I'm like, it's not.
That's
See?
so good. But I love that. Like, okay, this is so crazy, and I don't want people to think that I'm biting, but like, I have a gospel song. Like, after all of my live shows, we sing a gospel song every time. I was raised in the church. Like, I am so spiritual, but like, I have had those thoughts. Like, I don't want to put that out, and then people think I'm like disrespecting God. That's what I do. Even though I know I'm not, I don't want that to be the thing. But like, somebody like DMX showed, do you? If you feel like praying, pray. Like, if you feel like talking about sucking dick, talk about that shit. If you want to punch a nigga in the face, punch him. Like,
because guess what? I'm not going to hold you. God watches you do all of that shit anyway. And he's still going to listen to your prayers.
Right.
Like, who are you hiding it from?
Who are we tricking? Right. Who are we tricking? You're right.
It's not
And your
God.
relationship with God is your relationship with God. Can't nobody tell you about your relationship with God.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
And it's very personal, and you don't have to follow society, whatever, or religion, whatever. Like, whatever, however you speak to him or her or whatever you refer to God as, then that's your relationship. And
you know how we were saying earlier, the limit is different for everybody. Remember, you were like, what you're comfortable with being out in public? I'm comfortable twerking my ass. I've twerked my ass on bars. I've twerked my ass in a handstand in public. Twerking my ass is comfortable. There's some women that would be like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? They would look like, how dare you do that? So, I mean, what's appropriate? That's an opinion. It's literally an opinion at the end of the day.
It really is. And again, and we keep on going back to this, is like, why do we care what other people think?
Because we're human.
The human
condition. And even though I am great at it, there's still them times sometimes. You probably saw the video I put of us dancing on TikTok.
Love it.
I had that video for days and was debating. I wasn't going to post it because it wasn't perfect. And that sounds nuts. But like, my mom is a big, she's very critical. My mom is like a creative genius, super critical. And so she looked at it and was like, oh my God, it looks crazy. And I looked at it, I'm like, you're right. Like, this is absolutely horrible. Wasn't going to post it, right? Until my friend's mom posted it. And I'm like, all right, well, she already posted it, so fuck it. Right. And everybody loved it. So it's like, we can't even trust our own judgment.
But that goes back to like the authenticity of it, right? Because everybody knows, yes, you're a performer, but you're not a professional dancer. Like, you know what I'm saying? So even if it's not perfect, like what do you expect? Like, we're just doing, TikTok is meant to have fun. You know what I'm saying? I know.
That's my problem. That's my downfall. You know what I'm saying? That's my downfall. Like, I've hindered myself because of perfection.
Yeah. I'm curious. You know? What is your zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini.
May or June?
June 1st, Marilyn Monroe, my twin, baby.
Hey. Well, first of all, I have mad Gemini in my chart, so I fucks with you heavy. Period.
I get nervous to tell people because I've been like ridiculed my whole life for my sign. So I don't even talk about it
and all of that.
Like I've had girls that will ask me my sign and I tell them and they're like, oh, I can't fuck with you. Like that's actually happened to me. You know, or like guys like, oh, them crazy bitches. Like people that don't even know me. So it's like I steer away from the conversation. And I've never really got invested in zodiacs because it was always something negative to me. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I see. I mean, I kind of get that. I'm a Cancer. Well, my son is a Cancer. Well, my son, not my actual son, even though he is as well. But anyways.
Wow, both of y'all are Cancers.
Yeah, so, you know, with that, everybody, oh, she's so emotional. Oh, she's a crybaby. I mean, I am.
It's annoying.
But I am. It's so bad. I had this conversation the other night, and I was just like, I hate being a crybaby. It is literally like,
But Steph, I'm a crybaby. I cry every 5 seconds. So is that you being a Cancer, or is that you just being a crier? Because I'm a crier.
Right. Okay. But I think there's a difference, because can you control when you cry? I literally cry for everything. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm mad. I cry when I'm laughing. I cry for everything.
How often do you cry a week?
Bro, I could cry every day if I could cry right now if I wanted to.
Yeah, no, I'm not crying that much. I'm not crying that much. I've had to make myself cry. Like if I'm frustrated sometimes, I will go watch some really sad, emotional shit to get that release. Mm-hmm. Is everybody like that?
I don't.
Your body just makes you.
I swear to. Do you know? Okay, so this is where like everybody's like, "Oh no, it's not that bad. It's just crying." No, because then I also cry when I'm embarrassed, and I get embarrassed when I cry, so I cry even more. Imagine being a 33-year-old woman. Imagine being a 33-year-old woman in a meeting with her boss, and he tells her something, and you start fucking crying. Imagine. Yeah. I can't control it. It's so bad.
I could see that being.
Imagine me. So yeah, to your point.
And see, like I feel you. I will cry, but I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? Like I will cry, but I can get in the car and start crying. Yeah,
physically,
I see what you're saying.
My body just be like, bitch, no, that's it. You feel
I see what you're saying. That sucks. That sucks.
But even to your point, is it because I'm a Cancer, or is it just because like that's just how my body is? But I definitely being called out on it all the time just because I'm a Cancer. Because now it's literally like my insecurity. I'm like, here we go. They're going to talk about me crying. And I'm probably going to cry because you're talking about me crying. Because now I'm...
Steph, it gets deep. That gets deep. I can understand the frustration. My mom got really upset the other day and was bawling. And I told her, I said, it hurts me to watch you cry. She goes, I'm not sad, I'm fucking pissed. I mean, Steph, bawling. And I'm like, oh my God.
I mean like this. And then I'm like, so I'm trying to be real serious. And I'm like this. But all you see is fucking tears, and I'm patting my face, looking up. My leg is shaking. My lips are quivering. Eyes is turning red. Like, you just see my whole body just betrays me whenever it's time.
I will say this though: the first episode I ever heard from you, you cried. But I teared up hearing you cry, and I think that emotion gives you empathy for other people. And I think that's what makes you so likable. You know, like you don't come off judgmental. You come off very loving. And I think it's because of your emotional tact. You know, sometimes things can be a curse, but they can also be a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I remember my cousin told me growing up that I'm a very pretty crier. She's like, you cry so pretty though. And I'm like, shut up. I don't give a fuck. I'm just mad that I'm crying. But I get that. People can kind of like, people do draw to me and they be like, you know, even though sometimes they think I'm a bitch, but that's my Gemini side, see?
But see, that's, people don't think I'm not a bitch, first
You're
off.
Not at all.
And people don't think I'm a bitch. Like, I will say this. Geminis have two sides. I'm not going to say two-faced. We have two sides. When I'm chilling with the homies and having a good time, that's one person. When I'm about my business in the studio, getting some money, you would think I'm a whole different person when I'm doing my business. That's my Gemini. That doesn't make me two-faced. That don't make me fake, because I'm the first person that's going to tell you about yourself if you try me, you know? And every Gemini is like that. Kanye West is not fake. He might be a lot of things.
Right. He's
two-faced is not one of them. You see what I'm saying? Like, so
usually
I never
they'll tell you about yourself.
every time.
But you know where it came from? This is where it came from, and this is how I feel. I feel like because you have two sides, you can appeal to many different people. So it's like my chill side can appeal to this group of people who would never fuck with the people who are like hype and this and that, but I can appeal to them too because it depends on where I'm at. We're adaptable. Geminis
Versatile.
are very adaptable. Okay, you can throw you anywhere and you're gonna have fun. You're gonna do whatever you want, and
I'm gonna do me, yeah,
but still not be like a Leo where it's like, oh, it's all about me. No, you're just gonna make it fun for everybody.
Geminis are incredible to me. I think everybody else is just haters, and that's just what it is. Because the more I think about it, like, you think about all the dope Geminis, it's some shit. Like, Tupac and Biggie were Geminis. Like, what the fuck?
There are a lot of poppin' Geminis, okay?
Come on.
Especially creatively.
Yeah.
Definitely. And getting into that, I love a good segue, okay?
Come on, segue.
We're going to get into our first segment, which is Eat Your Heart Out. And this is where we provide tips and tricks for my listeners based on some things that we want to learn. I'm going into a year on this podcast, and it started off with like diet things, right? But I'm just like, there's more to life than just diet, especially my fucking life. So today I wanted to talk about creating a social media calendar and how that can help you boost whatever it is you need to do. So I found an article on hootsuite.com, and it gives you the benefits of a social media calendar. So first and foremost, it helps you save time by being organized. Your social media marketing goals have a key point in common with many of the other goals in your day planner. So you just want to make sure that you are, grouping your things together. It just makes everything more cohesive as well. Organization, when you're planning, when you want to plan, when you want to put things out, it keeps you on a schedule. It keeps you posting consistently, which is always important, whether it's with the algorithm or just staying in the minds of your audience. That's very important too. Have you ever thought about implementing a social media calendar when it came to your promo?
I mean, well, 100%. It's funny that you're talking about it because literally on my calendar right now is to make the calendar. Right? On my list, it says make a list about,
You were meant to be on this podcast today. That's all it is.
Dead ass. We're in a space now because it's time for me to like really start taking TikTok serious. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think it's funny when you say take TikTok serious. Yes, take TikTok serious because the engagement and algorithm is so different on there, like the way you can grow. So it's time for me to take TikTok serious. With that being said, I have to make a calendar for that. Like, I want to have my content done 2 weeks before the due date. And I'm talking about my podcast, my TikToks, my Instagram pictures. I want them taken 2 weeks before I post. And like literally make the date and the time for when I'm posting. Because like trying to scramble to find content is just not smart. Like, this is a business and we have to treat it as such,
Exactly.
Nike doing their campaigns a year in advance. They know who their
It's not fly by night. They're not like, oh, well, you know what? We need to post something on Instagram tomorrow morning. So let me just find a picture. No, everything is carefully curated, and it's following a theme and a plan for your brand. Like, all of that you have to put into account. It's very, very
and
important.
I have to drop music. And I haven't dropped a song since October. So like my people are on my ass like, yo, okay, podcast, OnlyFans, all right. So what do we do? Are you still a rapper? Because in these day and age, if you don't have new music out,
people forget about you.
It's over for you. So it's like, girl, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
A fucking lot.
So anyways, so to get back into this, so it helps with posting consistently. And then you can also get more ambitious with your social media strategies. So you can plan giveaways, you can plan contests, you can plan things like that, maybe meet and greets, live shows. You can have more time to put actually work and thought into your actual content than when you're scheduling and all of that, because you have all of this stuff planned. So that's very, very important. You can also plan in relevant moments. So let's say the holidays are coming up. Let's say you want to have holiday themed whatever.
Right.
You know?
Right. Instead of my ass every Christmas trying to put together a... Ma'am, relax. Yeah, it's...
Christmas comes every year. And yet and still, me, especially I'm a procrastinator, I wait until the last minute to do something. And it's like...
bad habits. And we not going to become millionaires like that. And I know that's what we trying to do. You know, like we trying to really do this shit. And I feel like the people who are doing it aren't any more talented.
Right.
They're not any smarter. You know, God doesn't love them anymore. Like, it's just they put the fucking work, time, and energy in it. So, like, I started working out at the gym today.
I saw that,
You know,
girl.
it's like, what I'm going to do? Keep saying I want some abs and just keep sitting here eating? Like,
that's fun, like, but no, it ain't gonna work.
No, like you can say you want a podcast every day until you fucking get a show. Like I don't know what you want me to tell you. So it's like I had to use that for myself. Like get your ass up. You want to be great? Great people get up and work out
every day.
Great people get up. You know, great people work. From the time after they work out, they work on their shit. They
feel
plan,
like a lot of people also feel like especially when it comes to this podcasting thing, they just think, okay, they're going to get up, talk on the mic, and then that's it. First of all, I spend like 4 to 6 hours editing each episode before it gets to get put out. Not to mention creating all of my artwork. Not to mention creating any like social media posts, email things. And it's a lot of fucking work. But if I want, I could just put out the episode, never say anything to nobody, and just keep it moving. But where's that getting me? I know I have to, send out my email campaigns. I know I have to update my website. I know I have to post on social media, not only Instagram, but Twitter and TikTok, which I have to get into so bad.
Girl, it's a lot.
Wait, my mom has like 2,000 followers on TikTok. Explain.
Period. What she be doing on there?
I don't know. I don't know. She posts like TikToks of her cat. I don't know what's going on, but she posts so consistently that people be following her, and it's just like
I'm weak. No, TikTok, you can get up, you can find an audience on there, which is not, Instagram is not like that. Like Instagram, you're not like getting, no one is doing anything on Instagram. The algorithm is just for aesthetics. No, but even because it's always been about aesthetics, but at least Instagram used to push, like if your shit was good, they would show you to other people.
I mean, like if someone finds you somewhere else and then they go on your Instagram and they're like, ooh, this is pretty. Instagram ain't really like pushing your shit out to anybody.
They're not, So TikTok really is like my first video, they're like 1,200 views. Like you can't do that on with 0 followers. Like you can't do that on any other platform. So yeah, I'm about to get on there. And when I say get on there, I mean get on there. Like I'm about to be a TikToker. Period. And I don't care. I was about to say I don't care what people say. I don't care.
Since when were we social media shaming? When people became like millionaires on social media.
Over and over and over again. Why can't I get my money?
Why can't I try to get my money? You know what I'm saying?
Why can't I get my bread?
Even if it's just to promote what I'm already doing with something else, your music. I'm not trying to just be a TikToker in the sense that I'm not going to be doing nothing else but posting on TikTok all damn day. No, I'm using TikTok to promote
the same way we have a podcast, the same way we have an Instagram, a YouTube, a email, a blase, blase, blah. It's the same shit. Why do every generation acts like the next generation are just the biggest heathens and the worst every time.
Yeah, I hated MySpace. Yeah, I hated Facebook. Yeah, I hated Twitter. Yeah, I hated, what was the other one?
It was always trash until they got on it. It was always some shit until they got on it.
Until they could figure it out.
Now the old people on TikTok
wait, not me in my living room yesterday learning a TikTok dance. I told you.
But Steph, what's so dope about TikTok TikTok isn't even about dancing. That's another misconception.
No, it's not.
Like if you're really on the app, you could do your podcasts are going viral on there every day. People just they like content. They don't give a fuck, you know? Like you could post this clip on TikTok and it would go viral. Yeah.
Copy.
Do the damn thing, God. Did you hear that, God? Are you there, God?
We've been talking about you this whole episode. Hear us out.
Come through. Okay.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to take a quick little intermission for this great conversation to remind you guys to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. I haven't done this in a while, but I just wanted to remind you guys, if you haven't done so already, or even if you have, if you've already left a review, you can leave another one, okay? Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's anything you want to see. Let me know anything you want me to know. Write it in the review. Also, rate 5 stars because, you know, we're popping over here. Also, just an update on my live show. There still are tickets available for the first anniversary podcast live show. I think that's how I can say it. Sorry, y'all. I'm literally on like multitask mommy mode. I'm trying to record this. It's Saturday afternoon. I'm already late posting this podcast, and Ethan is in his room, and I'm trying to record this before he like busts out of his room, you know, playing Caillou or some shit like that. So, yes, the live show is going to be Sunday, May 2nd in New York City. The link will be down in the description bar. Tickets are still on sale. Remember to get a 10% discount code. All you have to do is sign up to the Do I Look Fat podcast mailing list, and you will be given a code for 10% off. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot of things planned, a lot going on, so I can't wait to see you guys there. I hope you're enjoying this episode thus far. I just finished editing it and it is fire. We literally talk, which is why I'm just putting this little intermission anywhere, because when I say me and Imani, we really were talking. We didn't follow an outline, but it was fun regardless. I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye. No, but seriously, and with TikTok, just to get back into it, you have to really plan your content. It's not as simple as posting a story on Instagram where you're just like, oh, look, snap a picture, maybe put a quick filter on it. No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. April 24th is the anniversary of the Mackenzie episode. Do you remember the Mackenzie episode on my show?
Yes, I do.
April 24th. So I'm already planning that TikTok because like I'm going all out for it because I'm the petty bitch. But like I'm already working on it now. That's how serious it is.
You have to.
And it's not easy. Don't think that these youngins are dumb. These edits. No, I mean, this shit. You would fool around for 4-5 hours trying to make a TikTok. Stop playing with these kids.
First of all, you have the TikToks I see. I don't understand how they're making them so clear, because whenever I make a TikTok, it looks like I recorded it on my Nokia, and I don't understand because I have the new iPhone. So I'm confused. I'm very much confused.
You know, their lighting, they have different lighting. I had a consult with somebody, and they
listen, you had a TikTok consult,
and they told me. They were like, no, these lights are professional studio lights. Like, we're getting ring lights thinking we're doing something. No, ma'am. Like, these bitches have 2-3 ring lights. One in the front, one on, like, they're not playing. 2 in the front, one in, like, so their lighting is almost like professional studio lighting, you know? So it looks amazing. It looks different, you know? Yeah.
I be stressed. But let me tell you, TikTok can keep you on. I have so many videos on TikTok that I have saved for the time that I get inspired, that I'm like, my makeup is done and my hair is done, and I'm like, okay, let me try to like film some TikToks or whatever. I've done that like twice. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. It's
a lot of work with the editing, but it's fun. Fun is a
interesting word. Fun is a tricky word because unfortunately, when fun turns into work, like, it's fun, right? But then once you have to start doing content calendars, it makes it a little less fun because now you're not inspired. Now your ass has to get up when you don't really feel like it, have to be creative. And that discipline, that's what divides the great from the mediocre, you know? Those who are going to do it fucking regardless. Like Jake Paul, you know, people talk about him. I'm sure you heard of him, the YouTuber. Girl, he posted every single day on YouTube for 2-3 years straight. Every single day. People can say what they want about him. Who's really feel like getting up and putting great content on YouTube every day? That's serious, you know? Like, you got it. So it's YouTube like success does not come easy.
I get stressed now just trying to post a single picture on Instagram with the caption, what time I'm posting it.
Steph. You know what my prayer is? And I'm dead the fuck serious. This is the one you're gonna want to use. I pray every day that this shit goes away. Seriously, that I don't know if it's aliens or the government or who or what has to happen to just swipe it all. Because as much good it is good. I honestly, truthfully, in my heart, feel like it's more bad than good. And it's creating anxieties inside of us that these kids coming up, these kids, my little foster siblings, I was with them during their spring break last week. And they're all like, Robert, I got 36 likes. Oh my, I got 43 likes.
How old are these kids?
All day making TikToks, 10 and 9. All day making TikToks and arguing over who has the most likes. And it's like, it's such a part of their culture now. And like, I'm trying to talk to them and like, trying to do the big sister thing. Like, but as soon as we're done swimming, as soon as we're done doing what we're doing, they want to be back on those iPads doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's creating something bad. I mean, we see it every day.
You see it in adults. You see it in us, right? Our peers.
So I'm saying, thinking about growing up in this stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Come on.
It's a lot for kids. I mean, luckily, Ethan, he don't be giving a fuck about none of that, to be honest.
That's what's up.
And it's a blessing, not only for him, but for me. Because I couldn't imagine being a parent and having to worry about what my kids are going to do for social media clout. Because that's a real thing.
I know. And they're starting very young, Steph. These kids are... not only is it detrimental for adults and teenagers, but these children are 7, 8, 9 on this bitch. You feel me? The parents find it, delete it. Guess what? They create another account. They're
all you have to do is make another email. Like, they ain't stupid. Right.
They're not dumb, and it's like, and at the same time, Steph, you want your kid to be you want your kid to be a cool kid. You want your kid to be involved. But I just guess it's on us. Like, when I say us, I'm talking about my siblings. Like, that's our duty to just try our best to, you know what I'm saying, steer them in the right direction. But I don't like it. But I do.
You know what it is? It opens so much of the world to them at such an early age.
I think it should be for grown people. And I think they should ban kids. Or do like YouTube and have a TikTok for kids. Because me and my friend were talking about that. Like, all of the little girls are on TikTok doing the savage dance. Like, I think that's a bit much. Like, I feel like they should have their own
And they
TikTok
could have, like, now this, what is it? The fucking, the kitty bop, kids bop versions of the songs.
Wouldn't that be perfect, though? TikTok 1 through 5. TikTok 5 through 10. TikTok 10
like
to 15,
rated G,
16,
rated PG, rated whatever. Yeah, I mean, if they do it with movies, and then they should be kind of doing it with.
Because I think TikTok has gone in a different direction. These kids are singing songs, saying words they have no business.
Every crazy song, if it had like any crazy lyric, it became like a TikTok, and it's like, okay.
Bald head, scallywag, ain't got no hair in the back, jailed up, weaved up, your hair is fucked up. But the other day when I saw that had went viral, I said, oh shit. if that can come back, if
that was a time.
I don't know if that was big in New York.
Song, it was so big down south that it ended up coming up to New York. Yeah. Okay. Project Pat, like we knew it. We knew it up here. Okay.
Project Pat, honey, then came back. So anything is up for grabs. That's why the app is great for artists, old and new, because the people are truly deciding. Like, and that's, you know, the industry has such a hold on us that when you can find anything that it's viral and like you can get to the people, that's where you want to be, because the people decide. The industry don't decide. They do. But
they decide what gets put out. Like, they have a control over it, right? But when you have things like TikTok...
Yeah, but if you go viral on TikTok...
you kind of force their hand. Like, you're not going to pay attention to me now? Because last time I checked, everybody was checking for me on TikTok.
But you could have a hook go viral on TikTok, but don't nobody really want to hear you rap, and don't nobody want to hear your
You know what's funny?
And that happens often, too.
You know what's funny? Someone put on Instagram today, and he was like, are we still checking for that Busset chick, or or nah? And
it's no shade, because I think she's really killing it where she's from in Dallas.
I don't know anything about her.
She's from Dallas, Texas. I know. She's signed to the same label that Megan Thee Stallion is. Okay. So she kind of, when she came out, they're both from Texas, so they sound kind of similar. So when she came out, it was unfortunate because everybody was like putting her against Megan, and it's like that. You know, it's not like she was copying her. Like, that's her swag too. She's from there too. You know, so it's like, oh, with that being said, yeah, now she has a pressure. Okay, yeah, I went viral on TikTok. Okay, so now what the fuck am I gonna do?
Right, and did I actually go viral because of what I did in my merits?
Because of my skill?
Right, or because I had this fire, like, it was a throwback song.
Which, it's a win. It's a win either way. Yeah. It's a win, because if something of mine came out and it was just me shaking my ass, I wouldn't give a fuck, bitch. I'm viral, bitch. I'm out here. You know, so it's a win either way, but that is something as an artist, I know it's on her mind. Lil Nas X, it's on his mind. You don't think he wants another fucking hit?
Well, why do you? It was a reason he does. I mean, no shade, no tea.
It was a reason he was twerking on the devil. People who know that they have good music don't have to twerk on the devil. My music is fire in real life.
That whole thing, and again, it's because it's 2021 and there's always a new fucking story every day. But that whole thing with him, it was just like, I get what they were saying he was trying to do, but for me, I just don't feel like that's what it was. I feel like he felt like he was falling off the high of Old Town Road, and he wanted something else to propel him back up there again.
Come on. I don't know what else. I mean, it's easy math. He needs attention, and that's fine. Everybody does. Right. I'm not mad at him for that. Like, he needs the fucking attention, dude. Like, what? And he got it.
He got it. He knows how to get it. Because some people may not know how to get it.
He knows how to get it. Like it, don't like it. What we were saying earlier, appropriate is different to everybody.
Definitely. Definitely. But in the world of TikTok, it's just like, it's funny because I've kind of I haven't been on TikTok as much as I used to be. Like, I want to say for the month of March, I probably only slept like 2 hours a night because I was on TikTok until like 5 o'clock in the morning every night. Just swiping and swiping and swiping. The guy with the big mouth and the big teeth told me to go to sleep about 17 times.
Who's the big mouth?
You've never gotten the TikTok ad, and he's like, it's this white guy with this big ass smile, and he's like, I know you've been swiping.
I'm not on there like that,
girl. Okay, anybody who listens to this podcast, if you watch TikTok like I watch TikTok, then you know who the fuck I'm talking about. He's like this the whole time. He's talking through his smile. A whole fucking mess. A whole mess. Telling me to go to sleep about 17 times while I'm scrolling. But I always see people saying like, oh, I'm on this side. I've gotten on misogyny side of TikTok. There's so many sides of TikTok that like you had mentioned earlier. It's literally like you can get a following regardless of what you're doing.
But shout out to my friend Brianda. She just started her podcast, Bible with Brianda. Bible stories.
I'm recording with her sometime in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, yes. Yes, she's the best. I love her. Y'all are going to love her episode. Brianda is the fucking best. I love her. But yeah, she just started her podcast, Bible Stories with Brianda, and she's killing it on Christian TikTok. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them are mad at her, you know, but like a lot of them love her. Yeah, but it's like you can find whatever lane you feel like it. My problem is I don't want to sound like cocky, but like I have so many lanes that I feel like in a realm like TikTok, I don't know where to.
Because you have to niche it down.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like for good growth, you have to niche it, and I don't really have a niche. But that could work in my favor. If something goes, then whatever. I don't know.
But that gets back into creating your social media calendar, right? So one of the first things that they say in order to actually create it is to audit your social media networks and content. Ask yourself questions like, how often do you want to post? What type of content are you planning? Whether it'll bring in the audience. Pay attention to where you're posting and what you're posting. It's very important because on Instagram, I know certain things that I post on Instagram do better than they would on TikTok and vice versa. So pay attention to what you're doing on your social media platforms. Choose your channels, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, a podcast, Twitter, whatever it may be. This was a tip that I loved, and it was make a content library for your assets. So what that means is instead of having like videos or pictures on your phone, some on your laptop, put them all in an external drive like Google or Dropbox so that they're accessible on whatever device you're using.
Come on, accessible. Instead of us scrambling trying to find it.
Hello.
Every time I'm looking for my cover art, I'm scrambling. Bitch, why is it not in a folder? Every time finding that damn cover art. Bitch, if you don't put that cover art
let me tell you something.
In a folder.
Let me tell you something, okay? I'm dying because literally 2 weeks ago, I was searching for my cover art because why was it still in my downloads from Canva from when I made the shit? Instead of being in a folder on my computer.
You ain't gotta listen. You laughing because you know it's the fucking truth. It's sick. It's sick. And then it's like we know better. Well, I know better.
Every week.
Like I know better. You know, like I know better. I've been doing music. But see, my music is hella organized. I don't play about my music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know where every instrument, where every vocal, where every feature, I know every single, it is organized. Everything else. Girl.
So, yeah. So, that was a really good tip. So, try to keep everything in, like, Google Docs or a Dropbox or whatever. Establish a workflow. Figure out how long it's going to take you to actually make a TikTok. Because if you say, okay, I want to make a TikTok for next week, but it's going to take you 3 weeks to make the shit, it's not going to work. So you want to make sure that you understand how long something is going to take you to edit it. Not only just the shooting, because...
But see, that's hard. See, that is when all of the planning, it budges with being a creative. Because I can't tell you how long it's going to take me to make a song. It could take a day. It could take a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't guess that. I might do a TikTok starting out. It'd be one way, and then I'm like, shit, let me put some juice on this shit. And it takes 2 days. Mind your business. Okay. Damn.
That's why you have to establish the workflow, Bill. You have to figure it out.
I'm about to just pull a little Nas X, drop the sex tape, and drop it on OnlyFans.
Not the sex tape.
Listen.
Do you remember what brand was it? It was some like streetwear brand like Stussy or the Hundreds or some shit like that. And are you too young for that? I feel like I was young when that shit came out, but whatever. If you're from New York, you know what I'm talking about. But they literally came out with a t-shirt and it was Paris Hilton sucking dick from her sex tape, but all you saw was her, and they like cut out everything else, so you couldn't see the penis, you couldn't see the guy. It was just like literally her like with her mouth open. It was crazy.
That's fly. Yeah, so I'm about to just, yeah, fuck it. Shit's too hard. It's too hard. And then it's like sometimes it feels like for what? Because the people that people deem successful suck. So it's like, what am I doing this for? Like, they're trash. Y'all love them. Clearly, I don't fit in.
And then, okay,
I don't know.
This is completely off subject, but kind of goes with it. How do you feel when someone says like either you're fly or your work is fly or whatever, but then they go around and say the same thing to someone who is obviously trash?
You can't trust them. You can't. That's a voice you can't trust. And I believe that to my core.
Yo.
I have a homie. This is so funny. We're talking about this on this week's episode of my podcast, Lick the Rapper. Mm-hmm. My homie is on here, and I confronted him on the show because he was dealing with this guy that was whack. And I said, why were you dealing with him? Because it made you look whack. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't trust you if you thought that person was...
If you thought that was cool. Yeah. Yeah.
But the people that are successful in my field are whack to me, but everybody thinks it's great. Mm-hmm. So that leaves a lot of confusion for me.
That's what happens when you're a pioneer, boo. You start in your own lane. You want shit to be the way you want it to be. You're not trying to follow in other people's messiness and bullshit.
No, but it do make you question, like, I don't know. I can't explain it.
I kind of get what you're saying. It's like, but then what am I doing it if it's never gonna pop off because no one is seeing my vision or whatever?
No, not that. It's just the shit that people get excited of. Like, do you fuck with Young M.A? I fuck with Young M.A.
Okay, so I have a love-hate relationship because, you know, she kind of called me Head Finny in a song, so whatever.
Okay. I'm sure that was a long year for you.
It was a long summer. Okay?
Yeah.
That's summer?
I'm sure. Yeah, no, that song. In New York?
Girl.
Yeah. You caught it. Yeah.
But yes.
You caught it. I feel you.
I fuck with her music. It's just I kind of have a little resentment towards her, but that's it.
I got you. Yeah. I know. I was just saying, like, her, like, Dreezy, it's certain Cash Doll, it's certain people when they rap, it get me so hype and so amped, and I'm like, yo, this bitch, like, y'all gotta hear this shit, you know? Mm-hmm. And I get so excited, and it's like other people don't.
Well,
but then, like, the people I'm not excited about, they are. So I'm like, so it's me. I'm wrong.
Well, no, I just feel like you resonate with their drive, like, because whenever Young M.A raps, like, you feel her happiness, or like if she feel like you can almost hear like the punchline coming in her voice almost.
And I'm talking about skill too.
Yeah.
Stuff. I'm talking about like skill, like
the word
like
play.
Your play on words. That's what I was built on when it came to rap, especially female hip hop. Yes, there is a fucking difference. Like, to be a female rapper, you had to be nice. And so that is like just a time I remember. You had to be the baddest bitch. You had to be the dopest rapping bitch. Mm-hmm. Like, it didn't matter, you know? And like now, like that, it's not like that no more. But everybody is like championing it, you know, championing it. It seems like I'm the only person bothered. So I'm like, I'm like, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I wouldn't say that you're wrong, but on the flip side, I can also see, like, how long have we been, you know, championing for mediocrity from male rappers, from guy rappers?
And we need to stop, and that's unacceptable too. But it wasn't always like that. And I know I sound like the old hip hop, you know, I get it. I know. And I hate that I'm that person, but I can't control it. I can't. Like, I miss rap being about skill. I miss it. I'm sorry, bro. Like,
I mean, but it's your passion too, you know?
And I'm not excited about these basic ass songs. They suck. I'm not excited.
I'm tired of the repetitive ass fucking hooks and choruses and all of where it's just one word over and over and over again.
Or it's like, is there anything, do y'all go through anything in y'all's lives? Like, is there any content? Like,
did we not just go through a pandemic? Like, y'all don't have no type of feelings? Because I was going
no
through
emotions.
Y'all can hear me cry on my podcast.
They don't do nothing but get money. Nothing. Like nothing. That's their whole everything.
Nobody got
everything.
Money.
Oh, they got money. The fuck?
You ain't gonna tell me I ain't get fucking TikTok money during the pandemic.
And last time I was on here, I was dragging rappers. I really need to stop. I need to stop doing that because everybody gonna diss me. I already know.
I don't think so. Listen, I don't think anybody like that much younger than you really listens to my podcast. So I feel like everybody's like, yo, word the fuck up.
Period.
All the aunties listen to my podcast, right? So if you an auntie in
we
your
love
heart,
the aunties. Are you offended by that when people call you auntie? Do people call you auntie?
I've never been called auntie. I wish they would. I want to listen. I want my sister to have a kid so bad. I want to be somebody's aunt. I want to be Titi so bad, but I'm not. But nobody calls me that. They be like, "Hey, girl." I'm like, "Hey." Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I want to be an auntie too. I would love if one of my but girl. So yeah.
All right, so this was fun. We're going to finish the episode. Let my listeners know where they can find you. Every and anywhere.
Wait, are we not doing Are You Dead Ass stuff?
I didn't want to go. You know what? Fuck it. Were you prepared with your dead ass, bitch? Yes. She's like, no, hold on. This is what I've been waiting for.
I'm sorry.
No.
And I know what it feels like to wrap up an episode. I get it. But I had one.
You know what? I love this because sometimes people be coming on and I be like, so do you have anything to get off your chest? They be like, no. And I'm like, in the middle of a panorama, you don't have nothing you want to get off your fucking chest.
People suck. Okay? That's the moral of that story.
But anyways.
Oh my God.
What do you need to get off your chest today, boo?
Because I was excited to say it here because I can't say it on my show. But why the fuck do people ask you to come on your podcast or come on your show and then don't promote it and act like you didn't do shit?
Listen.
Has this ever happened to you? Because I'm confused. You asked me. I didn't come to you. I was minding my business. You came to me.
I would love
so I
to
took
be
time
on
out
your
of
show. I would love to talk about this. I have so much to say. And then it's crickets the day of. Like, did you realize that maybe you wasn't cut out for it and you didn't want to promote it because maybe you was sounding kind of trash on the mic? Is that what it is?
That's what I think. That's what I think this situation is. Like, did you not, And first off, if you don't listen to my show, you probably shouldn't come on the show. Because when I ask you about your favorite porn sites and when I ask you about threesomes and getting fucked in the asshole, if you listen to my show, you would know that that's normal fucking conversation for my show. And you would have thought maybe that's not the platform for me, but you don't really listen. You just felt it would be cool to come on the show. And then you were approached with that. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm minding my business. I'm minding my business. Don't bother me.
And that's the thing, because it's not that they listen to the show. Because for me, you knew I always do an Are You Dead Ass, right? So you was like, wait, hold on. We're not doing this shit, right? But
yeah, I listened to your show.
Because you've listened to it. You've done, whatever. Even if you're not an avid listener, if you're asking to be on my show, at least listen to an episode or two. Find out what the flow it is. Find out what what it is that I talk about, what I'm liable to talk to you about. Because even though this shit is called, do I look fat? That doesn't mean we didn't talk about weight not once this episode.
Right. Because she is thick. thick. Trying to lose. The trainer was like, are you trying to lose? I said, lose. Man.
But But if you listen, then you get like this is about conversation as well. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not really listening, then you can't really contribute the way you're supposed to contribute to my show. What are you coming on for? Just to say you were on a podcast? To say you were on a mic? To say somebody asked you to be on the podcast, even though I didn't ask you?
Yeah. It's a lot, man. People are weird as a motherfucker, and just I'm trying not to take things personally, and I don't, especially this situation. I don't take personally, but it is annoying. Mm-hmm. Like, if you have a big platform, you asked me, and now it's crickets. Like, it would have been cool had you posted it. That would have been cool. I probably would have got like some like more listeners, because that was the whole point. Because if you weren't gonna post it. To my audience, I didn't need to have you on there. My audience didn't.
They didn't know who you were.
All right.
I mean, it's no.
They were fine without you.
They were listening to me anyway. I didn't gain anything extra from having you on, and then on top of that, you also didn't promote it. Like, the whole point of me having you on was to expand my.
Okay.
But I feel like we've had this conversation before, like you and I. And it's like, how have you been getting people to promote your shit? Like, I know you said you were having the conversation beforehand, but that doesn't always work either.
Here goes that Gemini. I don't know how to play in the middle, so I'm very straightforward. So now I'm like, hey, here's the clip. Could you post it? I need an answer. If you don't respond, hey, do you think you could post this clip? And then if you say no, why not? Is there another clip that I could? You see what I'm saying?
What's wrong with it that you don't want to post this one?
We have to really be annoying, and that sucks. I don't want to be that person, but it's like that's the only way to get shit done, because people are not going to take your shit as serious as you take it. And it's like you said, I didn't have you on there for nothing. Like, my audience would have been happy if it was just me. I could have did a solo episode and got the same amount of downloads. Boo.
Right.
Let's be clear. So stop being weird.
That's frustrating. Especially when the person probably has, they have their own decent following in their own, niche or whatever. So it's like, if you would have posted that shit, then you would have sent people my way. Even if it would have been 5 people, that would have been 5 new listeners that could have listened to every one of my episodes and gave me download numbers for that day.
This person has a lot stuff. A lot. 21 Savage, how many followers you got? A lot. A lot.
That's the name of the episode, okay? I just want you to know how many followers you got. A lot.
A lot. Sick. They're sick. They're trying to kill us. For real. For real.
Girl.
People gonna be weak listening to this episode, y'all. I'm high as a bitch. I am on one today with stuff. I just felt like talking some shit.
You know what? I love it. I love it. Okay? I love it because I'm weak right now. All right. Girl. I mean, I had an Are You Dead Ass? I don't even know what's going on. My agenda is all over. You know what's funny? And it's like, I listen to podcasts all week, right? So Mandy and Weezy from Horrible Decisions literally take up my Monday and Tuesday because they drop shit on Mondays and Tuesdays, and I just listen to them all the time. And they had an episode where they did not follow the agenda at all. And I don't know if you listen to Horrible, but Mandy loves an agenda.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, Mandy loves an agenda, and they didn't follow it. And Weezy was fucking like living her best life because it was just like a free-flowing conversation, and she was making fun of her or whatever.
But it's funny because that's their difference in personality. Yeah. Like, completely, like Mandy is very like list agenda, and Weezy is more like let's just let it flow.
Let's just live life.
But I love it. It makes them great together.
Yeah,
and so it's funny.
I made a tweet and I was like, Weezy's way too happy about them not going through the agenda. And here I am. I'm like, okay, I don't even know what we spoke. I had a whole game for us to play. about like TikTok songs.
Can I be completely honest? Here's another dead ass. I think podcasts are better without it. To be completely honest, I think people that are really talented and can really fucking talk and are really interesting. I hate I'm listening to a podcast and I'm listening to a conversation and they're like, okay, now it's time.
You did say this before.
Like,
and that's why
I think I
wasn't doing that shit with you. I was like, all right, we're gonna get into this organically because I'm not gonna cut her off.
Because that's how the best content start. Like, bro, if you listen to my show, bro, like I love my show because like we just get into the shits. I'm trying to have a conversation because I tried that. My first 6 months, I was doing all of those. And I'm like, man, this shit ain't it. It stops the momentum.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Like, me and you having a good time, and it's like, oh, now let's play this game. Come on, it's like, damn. Like, you know, I don't know. It may just be me. But I feel like Weezy is she's so good at conversation. She's so good. So for her, it's like, I'm trying to get into it, you know? And Mandy's like, bitch, you know, Mandy, she wants the show to be great. So I think it's what makes them great.
Yeah,
you know?
It definitely balances.
But I think I'm more like Weezy. Yeah. For sure. Like, I'm trying to get into this shit. Yeah.
But yeah, what was my dead ass? I don't even know. Girl, who knows? Anyways, I think it was about like Ethan and school or some dumb shit like that. But I spoke about all that on my Instagram story.
Yeah, it's hilarious seeing y'all.
Girl,
how's it going?
School with him is okay. I mean, let me not say that. School is trash. The actual school part of it, like, she be saying some shit sometimes, and I'm just like, you're not really expecting my kid to learn anything. Like, there's no way. Like, there's just no way. We do the same shit all the time, and you're not getting it to, like, you don't know what's going on. It's fucking April. We've had the same teacher since September. Why don't you know what's going on with Zoom? Zoom isn't that hard to figure out. It really isn't. It's a lot. And then I also feel like the other parents, because of the zone, Ethan is in a District 75 for special needs, right? But because we're in the Bronx, there's not a lot of educated parents in his class. So I'm not even kidding. So we're in a class and it's about 4 parents, and I'm probably like the only one that really understands what's going on. So I feel like I have to speak up for them sometimes because like they be trying to, like, the teacher tries to make them feel like they're stupid, but I'm like, no, bitch, this shit is wrong. Like, what are you saying right now? I can read. Like, I know that shit is wrong.
You're like, you can trick them, but
you can't trick me. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my God, that's annoying.
It's bad. And I don't know if it's because
Does Ethan like it?
He sits there because now it's just become a routine. He does what he needs to do.
But do you think he's getting anything out of it?
None out of it. Aside from...
See, that's so stupid. That's a waste of time.
Aside from him learning how to sit there and, like, you know, in increments of time.
But that's not doing him any good, is it?
So that's why, like... And that's what I told the teacher yesterday. I was like, listen, if him being frustrated in your classroom because you're not getting it all the way together is going to fuck up his day, we're not coming.
Period. His happiness and comfort is number one on the list.
Some bullshit that you're teaching him that is nothing. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. No.
And people could be like, oh, but he's like, I had someone tell me, you know, he's supposed to be in school, attendance. Fuck you. Fuck attendance. Like, he's not learning anything. I would rather him have a good day, be, you know, happy or whatever. Yeah. So when he gets, because we get services in the house, he gets speech, he gets OT, he gets PT. I would rather him focus, be calm, cool, and collected for that than to be on a fucking Zoom call talking about, is it sunny outside? Listen, I don't have time.
What the fuck? I feel like we're living in an alternate universe. Don't you feel like everything is so strange? Like, everything is all over the place. People acting crazy. Teachers scrambling. Students scrambling. Everybody is unemployed. No one has a job.
No one is working.
Clubhouse came and went. Like, we've gone through so many phases.
Clubhouse held me by the throat for a good 6 weeks, bro. Yeah. A good 6 weeks I was on that bitch.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, I was just like, I don't want to be here no more.
It happened to everybody at the exact same day. It was like the same day everybody was like, you know what it was? I think that it had gotten out of hand.
Maybe.
Because when it was more exclusive, when we had our little podcast rooms and stuff, it was one thing. But I think the shit just got too many people got in.
Listen, once the guy from the corner store, that I don't know his name, he was on Clubhouse in a speaker, I said, oh no, I got to get out of here. I said, y'all not going to catch me. Imagine him seeing me.
Don't do him like that, because he might own the corner store.
Pablo don't own the corner store. I promise you he don't. He's always holding the door open for me. That's why I heard Clubhouse.
He was on that bitch.
He was on that
bitch. One mic.
Nah, but let me tell you, so if you use your stimulus to buy land instead of buying Jordans, this is how you will live life. Get out of here.
I remember people were like, all of y'all on unemployment, if y'all don't have houses, like y'all are dumb.
I'm sorry, like, what? How? I can barely pay my rent. You want me to have a house?
I don't know where these people come from. If y'all's credit scores aren't 800 and y'all don't own houses, like, what were y'all doing?
What were y'all doing all quarantine?
It's like
staying
alive.
Trying
our best.
Staying alive is what I was doing.
Right.
I don't know about you.
Right.
What?
Jeez.
Oh, Clubhouse. Crazy. That was fun. That was a fun time, though. I will give it that. I had some good nights on Clubhouse.
To be honest, the last couple of days I've actually been on there. It's like Clubhouse is good if it's specific. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're like, hey guys, we're gonna really do a dope podcast room about merch. Right. You know what I'm saying? At 6 p.m. and all of us get on there and can talk and share ideas. That's what it's good for. Sitting on there all day, hopping into different rooms, that's not what it's meant. That's not what it should be. You feel me? We overdid it. I think
that's
it's
why everybody burnt
like,
out. I was like, we don't want to hear nobody talk no more. I'm tired.
We had talked to so many people. And even today I was on there. I'm like, let me get off here. Because it's still like.
It's a lot.
But yeah.
Oh.
It's a good app, but you have to be specific.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, guys. So now we're really going to end the show.
Bye, y'all. Thank you so much, Steph. I had so much fun. You are hilarious.
You are too, boo. Let my listeners know where they can find you. All your avenues. What you doing? Let us know.
It's a lot of avenues. Okay. So if you type in at Imani Blair, IMANIBLAIR on everything, I'm going to pop up. Period. My podcast is called Lick the Rapper Podcast. If you type in Lick, it's the first one that comes up. Thank you, God. Yes, and I love doing the podcast. Me and Steph took the same academy, so yeah, that's my podcast. If you want to follow the OnlyFans, it's Imani Blair Ent. So ENT, like entertainment, but it's just ENT. But you can go into the link in my bio on my Instagram and everything will come up. Yes. Oh, I got music and videos and all that shit. Yeah.
You have all. I'm gonna just link your link tree down below, and y'all tell me where y'all want to go, because there's so many places you can see her. I'm not gonna pick it for you.
She got places. She got places. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning into another episode of the Do I Look Fat podcast, and I will see you next Fine and Thick Friday. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.